So, for today's video, um, hello, welcome back, and, I hope you're doing well. It's currently like 2 in the morning, and I have to be at work in a couple hours, but I couldn't sleep. Shocker. So I thought it'd be the perfect time to film a video because it is deliciously quiet right now. I think my centaur neighbor already came home, and then everybody else is asleep, so it's nice. I hope you're doing well. Um, Today I thought I'd just talk about what I've been watching lately. I kind of was inspired, well, by other creators. I love watching, when I've been watching videos, and I am always watching new stuff, so I'll definitely make a bunch of these. Um, I mostly watch reality TV competition shows, movies of all genres. Science fiction. I'm a big science fiction fantasy fan, mostly science fiction. And yeah, I give a lot of shows shots, but it's hard for me to get into shows because of my ADD. I lose interest pretty quickly if it's not something that I'm really into. So yeah, also I went to the mall. I forgot to say in my last video, I went to the mall with my mom and grandma when they visited, and I joined the Big Dumb Cup train. I finally got a Big Dumb Cup. I got it in this like burnt sienna, orangey brown color. So it's not super basic, I would say. Um, yeah. My hair looks good for just crawling out of bed, I'd say. My ice kind of tastes weird. I think there's something wrong with the filtration system. And it makes my ice kind of taste like chicken. Not the worst thing. Could be worse. But it's not great. So, I have a couple movies that I watched when I was with my friend. And then I watched the other night. I think last night or the night before. And then the shows I'm watching, they're mostly all sci-fi or reality TV show competitions. So I completely understand if that's not your thing. I have, yeah, sci-fi shows and reality show competitions are my fave. So I could probably do a whole series about reality shows, but we'll see. So, one of my favorite actresses is Cameron Diaz, and she just returned to acting. She took a 10-year hiatus after the Garbage Fire remake of Annie. She was actually in it with the co-star Jamie Foxx, who's in this movie Back in Action, which I watched with my friend in LA. And I like just goofy action movies, so I enjoyed it. I'm guessing it didn't get very good reviews, but they had good chemistry, and I like seeing Cameron Diaz back on my screen, so I enjoyed it. And I was pretty tired. I took a nap throughout part of it, so I didn't see the ending. Then I watched a movie called Another Earth. Another Earth. Another Earth. And this one stars Britt Marling. Is brilliant. She's an actress, director, writer. She's been in a lot of stuff. There was something recently with Emma Corrin and Harris Dickinson called Murder at the End of the World. I didn't watch it, but I'm tempted to because Britt Marling before she was involved in the development, and I think she stars in it. She was in a show called The OA on Netflix, which was really, I think, a cult. I'd call it like a cult classic show. It was really good. Yeah, she's just really talented, and this movie was pretty good. It was a little slow, a little bit slow. It followed a girl after she gets out of prison for like uh, a drunk driving accident, and she basically tries to form a relationship with the man whose family she killed, which is different. Not the approach I would take, but it's a movie, and at the same time, a second Earth, or a planet just like Earth, has been found, and she enters a competition to like go there. Yeah, that's just about the basic plot. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was just a little slow for my taste, so it was hard for me to get through. But I like Rick Morling a lot, so I tried to stick with it. My throat's been really dry, so I'm gonna take a lot of sips of water from my big dumb cup. Um, and I'm trying to watch all the like Oscar contender movies. So last night I watched Anora, which was super porny. It was pretty porny. It starts at a strip club, and there's just a lot of nudity. Uh, I'd say it's pretty realistic if you've ever been to a strip club. But yeah, it was kind of like a Cinderella story gone wrong. Mike Madison was phenomenal, great actress. But yeah, it was a little long. It went on a little too long. Uh, I can see why critics are loving it. It just wasn't for me. It was good, but I wouldn't need to watch it again. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to shows I've been watching. So a lot of the accounts I have, I share with other people so that, it saves money. My sister and I share some accounts. I share an account with my parents, I think, and then a couple of my friends. We split accounts, which is nice because then it's like, you save money and you get to enjoy ones that you, or streaming services that you wouldn't normally pay for. So that's been nice. Okay, I'm noticing that my computer is like casting a shadow because of the angle it's at. And I don't really love that. Okay, so the first show I'm going to talk about is a sci-fi show, which is called Severance. And the season 2 here was last Friday. Although most of the shows that air on Apple TV, they say they air on like Friday or Thursday or Wednesday or whatever, but they usually drop the day before. I don't know if it's a time zone thing, but that's usually just how it works. And Severance, how do I explain Severance? It's hard to explain. Uh, Basically, characters, there's innies and outies in a workplace, and innies are somebody's, uh, it's like who they are at work, and it's medically separated from who they are outside, so when they leave work, they have no recollection of what they did. And then, like, their persona at work only exists at work, and they never know anything outside. Yeah, that wasn't a great explanation, but that's kind of how it works. Yeah, it's with Adam Scott. I think her name is Deacon Lockman. She's gorgeous. I think she's like Tibetan or an Australian or something. She has a very cool face. very, like, she looks very, like, majestic. I don't know how to describe it. But, there's a lot of other actors that I can't name off the top of my head right now. But it's a really good show. It's slightly confusing. Oh, Patricia Arquette. She's fabulous. Fabulous in it. She's kind of kooky. But yeah, it's a really interesting show. I think it really pushes the, like, boundaries of science fiction. It's very different. There's nothing out there like it. Um, Definitely recommend if you like interesting sci-fi that's not normal sci-fi. It's cool. Okay, I just started a show called Doom Patrol on HBO Max. It's about like a ragtag loser team of super people. I wouldn't say they're super villains or superheroes. They're very misunderstood and self-loathing, and yeah, they're really kind of messed up. They're kind of messed up people. And they join together and have to find their chief, which is like the guy who helped them become they are right now. It's hard to explain, but it's a DC series. It's with Matt Bomber, Diane Guerrero, uh, Brendan Fraser, and Timothy Dalton. There's like a lot of recognizable names. Yeah, it's it's really good. I'm on the first season, so I haven't gotten through too much of it. You're kind of diving into the backgrounds of the characters at this point. I'm excited to watch more because there's 4 seasons, and yeah, I needed a new show. Okay, and then another Apple TV show after Severance I've been watching is Silo season 2, and the season finale just came out last week, and I still haven't watched it. I'm saving it for after work tomorrow. Thursdays are like my most tired day, and I love watching my favorite show when I get home from work, so I'm saving that. I didn't have time last week because I had to pack. But Silo's about this community of like 10,000 people that live underground after an unnamed disaster. I think it's nuclear. That's the vibe I get based on what happens if you go outside. And the government is really messed up, and this woman becomes the what's the word? The chief of police, whatever that's called. And the word's not coming to me right now. It's 2 a.m. It's okay. And she is an engineer, and she kind of unravels the mysteries of the silo. And the second season delves further into that. I don't want to spoil it too much. It's really, really good. It's with Rebecca Ferguson. She played Jessica in Dune. Yeah, she's really fun to watch. That's a really good show. It's sci-fi, but I'd say it's more like mystery thriller. So if you're not super sci-fi, you're not super into the sci-fi genre, it's a good start because it's kind of like a police mystery. It's very interesting, and the setting is cool. It's set in the future, and they don't know anything about what happened before. They don't know what the sky is. They don't know what the ocean is. They don't know what forests are. I would hate to live in the silo. It sounds horrible, which makes for an interesting concept. Okay, so the rest of the shows are reality competition shows. So I am watching Deal or No Deal Island on Peacock. I didn't watch the first season, but I think I'm going to once this season's over. I am really enjoying it. I didn't watch a ton of Deal or No Deal growing up, with Howie Mandel. But this season features to people from Survivor, and Survivor's like my favorite show of all time. One of them. And I love shows where people are on islands. And one of my favorite Survivor players of all time, her name's Parvati. She's been on 3 seasons. Four. Wait, 4 seasons of Survivor. I think she's going on her 5th later this year in Australia. And then, so she's like one of the best Survivor players ever. She's such good TV, one of the best reality stars, I'd say, ever. She was on season 2 of Traitors. She's just cool and diabolical, but can be a really great ally. I really like people like that in reality TV who aren't afraid to show all sides of themselves. So she's on the 2nd season of Deal or No Deal Island, so I've been watching that. It's interesting. I mostly just watch it for her. And David Janae, or Jeanette, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's from Australian Survivor, and nobody knows who he is on the show. Except Parvati. And yeah, he's a great Survivor player, so it's cool seeing him out there. And Dr. Will from Big Brother. And it just has a pretty good cast, so I'm interested to watch the rest of that. And then I'm also watching The Traitors. The Traitors. And if you haven't seen The Traitors, I think it's the best reality competition show on TV right now, other than Survivor. It's been in the US for a couple seasons. They're on the 3rd season right now. And there's a couple UK seasons. I think the UK season 3 is about to end. There's only a couple. I think it airs today and tomorrow, and then it's over for this season. They did a couple Canadian seasons. The last Canadian season was phenomenal. The winner was so good. And yeah, they have a lot of versions around the world. So it's basically set in a mansion. The US and UK version are set in this mansion in the Scottish Highlands. So it adds this like dramatic flair to it. And basically a bunch of people move into the house. And about like 2 to 4 of them are traitors, and the rest are faithful. And the faithful and the traitors have to deduce who the traitors are, while the traitors pretend like they're faithfuls. And every night, the traitors murder someone, or there's some sort of twist. And then the faithfuls have to vote out one of the traitors, or they vote out their own. But people act really suspicious, so that happens a lot. The season's really good. The season's made up of mostly all reality stars, and it's very interesting. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy, and there's no shortage of drama. It's just drama on drama on drama. A ton of backstabbing, lying, alliances, kind of the stuff I like on Survivor, but it's mostly all strategy, which is cool. I love the strategy element of reality competition shows. And yeah, season 3 is good. There's Bob the Drag Queen, a couple people from Big Brother, Tony, who's on Survivor twice, Boston Rob, who's reality show legend. If you haven't heard of him, you probably haven't been watching a lot of reality show competitions. Then a bunch of Real Housewives. Zac Efron's brother is randomly on it. He's really good, actually. There's a bunch of other reality stars from shows that I'm not super familiar with. A couple people from The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Gabby, Wendy, I love. She has such a good sense of humor. Chriselle Staus from Selling Sunset. I think she's great. Yeah, it's just a really good show. So season 3 is streaming on Peacock right now, on Thursdays. And then I also just finished The Traitors Australia Season 1, which I think is one of the best Traitors seasons ever. It had, I think, one of, if not the best winner of all time on Traitors. You can argue with me on that if you want. But yeah, watch it. But I think they played an impeccable game. Yeah, they did a great job. I just finished that season, and there's only one left. There's only two seasons of Australian Traitors, unfortunately. But yeah, it was so good. There was like a psychic on it, and she kind of threw people for a loop, and there was just a lot of drama. It was really good. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been watching. And maybe every couple months, I'll post what I've been watching video. So yeah, I just wanted to stop in and chat, and thank you for hanging out. And I hope that you have a super, super, super wonderful night. Okay,